going to introduce Mr. Hank Holland. By now, most of you probably know Mr. Holland. He's been on campus quite a bit lately, and he's been on campus quite a bit over the years. Mr. Holland is a trustee. He's the parent of 2 Cardigan alumni, and we hope that his 3rd child comes along fairly soon here. And Mr. Holland is the chair of our Board of Trustees. And in that role, he has significant leadership responsibilities and is an extraordinary person who gives very generously of his time and his wisdom and his experience. And we're very, very fortunate here to have Mr. Holland leading our Board of Trustees and leading many important processes, including the one that I'm going to ask him to describe to all of us right now and to share the outcome of an important initiative for Cardigan, or process for Cardigan. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Holland.
Thank you, Dave. Good morning, everyone. It's an exciting time on the point. I get to come this morning. This is one of the fun parts of the many things I get to do on campus. I love being here. I love being on campus. I'm inspired every time I'm here. And I'm particularly inspired by the incredible faculty administration we have here. Just a quick moment to thank them for all they do every day to enrich your lives as well as enrich our lives. So it was about a year ago that Dave McCusker came to the board, to a couple of us, and shared that after many conversations and much thought, he and Steph had decided it was time to move on. And boys, you can't necessarily appreciate how unusual this is, but certainly those of us who are adults can. Quite often when this happens, people have other aspirations, other ambitions, are looking for something bigger, maybe a new challenge. In this case, it was something very different. That was simply that Dave and Steph felt that they had done all they could really do. Not so much that they had nothing less to contribute, but just that they had given it their all. And in turn, after more conversation, the board reluctantly agreed and respectfully moved on to search for a new head. It's a really, really important time at Cardigan, and yet it's also an amazing time that we're building for a period of strength. We've got much to celebrate. Just last week to the community, we announced the construction of a new dorm, which I believe next week we'll start to see some work on campus. Obviously, we all sit in the Cardigan Commons. Lots and lots of exciting things on campus. And so it's a chance for us to really identify someone and build on those things, right? Build on the initiatives, build on the strengths, build on all the momentum of the school. To do so, we set about, I want to give you a little sense of the process before I share with you the exciting news of the new head of school. We identified a committee, search committee, and it was imperative that we had the support, the thoughts, the buy-in from this entire community, and particularly the faculty and the administration. It was also imperative that whoever came to join this community really understood the culture, the ethos of not only Cardigan, but just living the boarding school life. Right? And again, boys, as you will later appreciate, hopefully look back on, it's the enormous commitment that our teachers and our administration make, right, to essentially devote their lives 24/7 to be with you guys. Right, from very, very early in the morning to quite late in the evening, right, 7 days a week. It's ambitious, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of dedication and real passion, and that was important for us to find. The committee then went out, and last spring, we retained a search firm that focuses exclusively in this area, a firm called Carney Sanda. They came back to us after we developed a statement really describing the type of head that we were looking for at this time in the school's history, with 20 candidates. We quickly narrowed that down to 14 candidates, and a group of the committee set out to have about an hour and a half to 2 hour call with each of those 14. It was over 40 hours of phone calls. And through that process, the committee then chose 6 candidates, all who were incredibly talented and capable, to come to Boston and meet with the search committee in August. We had an hour and a half interview with each of those candidates. And coming out of that meeting, there was a strong consensus for 2 candidates to advance to finalists. We then set out to do a deep background and reference checks far greater than we could have done before they were announced. Craig Johnson, a great trustee of this school, and I flew to the hometown of these candidates. We had dinner with them and their spouses. A lot of great meetings ensued. And as you know, they were on campus last week. And I want to really thank the community for making them feel welcome and for letting them experience a couple days in the life of the school. Again, it was imperative that we felt they would be a good cultural fit and they really understood this school. It was imperative that we had observations, feedback, and thoughts from this community. We had 99 respondents who responded to a survey, 64% of whom were faculty and staff. Here's what they told us about the new head. 89% of the respondents strongly agreed that the person we selected to be the new head was qualified. 83% strongly agreed that they would be a great cultural fit for Cardigan. The board met this weekend. We considered all of the input, all the things we gathered in this process, and we unanimously selected Chris Day as the next head, the 10th head of Cardigan Mountain School. It is just with enormous pleasure that I get to stand here and that we get to announce this news. I won't go on and on. I want to be mindful of time and brevity, but Chris and Cynthia have so much to bring to this community. As many of you know, they have two sons go here. Cynthia and Dave McCusker went to St. Paul's together. There's lots and lots of history, lots of commonality with New England boarding schools with this community, and we could not be more excited. I'd be remiss to end this without a couple of things. The Board of Trustees was amazing. We have a really, really incredible board here. The search committee themselves, and then in particular Jeremy Krigler, just gave enormous time and effort to this. And the last thing that I would say, and this is really a plea for all of us, right? Dave and Steph aren't going anywhere. And knowing Dave and Steph, they will work incredibly hard all the way through June 30th, which will be their last job in this official capacity. And what I ask of each of us is the way that we can show our appreciation for all that they've done, right? The way that we can give back to the McCuskers is to make this year, right, the best year in Cardigan's history. And then we'll move forward to other things. But let's not lose sight of what's in front of us. Let's celebrate this year. And again, it's just an enormous joy to be part of this community. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mr. Holland, for everything, for that announcement and the explanation of the process. You know, a really good process, which is the one we undertook for this decision. You can put in place a really great process. It doesn't always yield terrific results. In this case, I think this is just exactly the right result for Cardigan. The Days are going to be wonderful members of our community. Mr. Day is going to be a tremendous leader for Cardigan. So, Mr. Holland, thank you again for all of your time. Boys, we got a lot to look forward to, as we usually do. Life is rich and full here on the Point. Let's start with a great morning, everyone. Waiters are excused.